Hey, I hope you are having a fantastic day. I have seen a couple Christmas videos that have been posted already, and I am super excited to get everybody some Christmas videos out, but I'm just not quite ready to do Christmas videos yet. So I thought today we could put together this pumpkin holder that you could add a tea light in, and then it will illuminate at night. And you can make this any color, and the lid is optional, but it turns out super cute, and I thought we could do it today. So let's get to it. I'm Rose, and welcome to my channel. For the pumpkin holder, I'm using the yarn Impressions by Loops and Threads, and it's in the burnt orange color. A crochet hook, I'm using 6 millimeters, a pair of scissors, a needle, a tea light, and a place marker optional. We'll also need a green or tan color for the stem and polyfill. To start the pumpkin holder, we're going to make a magic ring. Chain 1, and then we are going to place 11 half double crochets into the center. Make sure that you're going around the tail, and also if you kind of hold the loop, they kind of go in a little easier. Let me just count. 10, that's what I thought. And one more, 11. And then we are going to make a slip stitch into the top of where we made the chain 1. And then we're going to pull tight. Or you could pull tight first and then do the chain 1. Either way, or the slip stitch. For round 2, we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to place 2 half double crochets into the first 2, including the one right next to the chain 2. 1, 2, and then we're going to chain 2. And now we're going to place 3 half double crochets. 1 half double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, chain 2. Again, 1 half double crochet in the next 3. 3, chain 2, and then 1 half double crochet in the next 3 again. And then we are going to chain 2, and then we're going to place a slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. So it's going to start to form a square, but it still might look like a circle. But that's the end of round 2. Round 3, we're going to chain 2 again, and then we're going to place a half double crochet back into the big loop, like this, and then we're going to place 2 half double crochets, one half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. One, 2, and then 2 into this corner or the big loop, and then chain 2, and then 2 more back into that same loop, and it should start to square off. And then 1 in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 into the big loop, chain 2, and 2 more back in that same loop, one in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 in the big loop, chain 2, 2 more, one in the next 2, and then 2 more into the next stitch, and then chain 2, and we already made the first 2, so we're going to make a slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. And then this, we are going to be making 6 of these little squares. So I'm going to continue making 5 more of these little granny squares. And I'll meet you when I'm done with all 5. Then, you can cut your yarn and then tuck your strings. I usually bring it back down to the center and just tuck them both into the center and pull, so that way none of the ends come out. Alright, here I am all done with all 6 of the granny squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost thought I did 7. 6 of the granny squares. I need to tuck my ends. I wish I would have did it along the way, but I did not, so I'm just going to tuck these really fast, and then we're going to put the little holder together. Alright, here they are all finished and tucked and ready to go. So then you can decide which one you want on the bottom and what you'd like going around each one. So it's going to be a square. And if you'd like the pretty side to be on the outside, just make sure that you put it. So you want all the pretty sides to be facing down. This is my center, and then these are all going to come up around. So we want the stitch to be on the inside of the holder. So yes, so when we flip it, this is going to be the non-pretty side, and that's going to be the inside. So make sure that you have your laying pretty side up, and then we're going to flip the one side so that it lines up with the bottom, And now we're going to start at the corner and we're going to place a stitch into this corner stitch all the way across. So I believe there's 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So maybe 10. All right. So I'm just going to pull this through, and this is going to be counted as a stitch. So yes, 10, 1, and then the one right next to it, and we're going to do single crochets all the way down. 2. So that's the corner stitch. So now we're going to come up on the main stitches. 3. I forget my heater's on and it's probably in the background. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so there's 9. I thought I was right the first time. Then I questioned myself. So 9. 9. And 1 in the corner stitch. 9. And then this should be the inside. And the pretty side should be on the outside. And we're just going to continue around because this is our bottom. And then we're going to do the same thing here, but I'm going to just go back into that same corner stitch that we just worked in, and I'm going to bring it to this corner stitch. And then single crochet, and then the second corner stitch, and then up to the main stitches, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 into the corner stitch, and 9 into the corner stitch again. So it's starting to look like this. The third side piece that we're going to add, we're going to go into that same corner stitch and the corner stitch of this one. And we'll continue to do single crochets all the way down side 3, and I'll meet you at the end. Here we are at the end of side 3, and this is what it will look like. Then our fourth side, we're going to do the same thing, go back into that same corner stitch at the top, and then the corner stitch of the number 4, and then that is what it's going to look like with all 4 done, attached to the bottom. And now before you cut your yarn, we're just going to go right up the side the same way, corner stitches together again. Another corner stitch. And then the top ones, five, and then the 2 corners again. So that will be the one side starting to come together, and then here you can cut your yarn. I left a really long tail, you don't need to. Alright, there's one side, and then we're just going to do the same and join all of the rest of these sides. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Jeez Louise. So the other 3 sides we're going to join together. And then I'll meet you at the end after I've joined all 3 of these sides. Alright, here is all 4 sides are all stitched together, and then I'm just going to tuck all my strings, and then we will flip it to the right side. So to tuck these strings, it only took me a couple minutes. I don't do anything too fancy. I just stick it right between the single crochets, and then call it a day. I was going to go back up, but I'm just going to bring it through and then cut it, and then oops, there we are with all the strings cut, and then we're going to flip it. And then it starts to look like a little pumpkin. You could even fill this with candy if you like. I'm gonna stick my tea light in there, and then I wasn't sure about the lid. I was gonna use the other granny square for the lid, but I'm gonna do something different than this granny square. So I will show you how we are gonna make the pumpkin lid for this, and then we should be all finished after that. So let's get to the lid, and then we'll see how it looks at the end. To start the lid, we are going to make a magic ring and do the same thing. Chain 1 and half double crochet into the center 11 times, and then pull tight and slip stitch back into that first stitch. Round 2, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to place 2 half double crochets in each stitch all the way around, for a total of 22. "21, 22, and then you're going to slip stitch back into the top of the chain 1. For round 3, we're going to chain 1. Then you're going to place 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, 2 into the second stitch for an increase, 1 into the third stitch, 2 into the fourth stitch, and we will continue a 1:2 ratio all the way around for a total of 33 stitches. And then end with the 2 and then a slip stitch at the top of that chain 1, and then that is round 3. For round 4, we are going to chain 1, and then you're going to place 1 half double crochet in the first 2 stitches, and then 2 into the third stitch, 1 in the fourth and fifth stitch, and then 2 in the sixth stitch, 1 in the 7th stitch, and then in this 8th stitch we are going to slip stitch. And then we're going to repeat that. We're going to place 1 half double crochet in the first 2 stitches, 2 into the third, 1 in the fourth and the fifth stitch, 2 in the sixth stitch, 1 in the seventh, and then a slip stitch. And repeat 1 half double crochet in the first 2 stitches, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth and the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, and then a slip stitch into the 8th, 1 in the, and this is the last one, 1 in the first 2 stitches, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth and the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 1 in the seventh, and then here you can just combine and put 2, just kind of like a together, 2 together for the last stitch, and then just pull up through the 2. And then I have done this so many different ways, and this just seems to be the best way, that the end is going to be 2 together. And then that will complete the top of the pumpkin. At least this. And then we can add this stem. And I'm just going to cut my yarn. Then you could just measure it, and it should fit pretty much right on top of your pumpkin, like that. And then we'll make the little stem. Now I do think it would be cute with a green stem, but I pretty much only have tan right now that I can find. So I'm going to use this tan color. And then you could probably use any, like, of the value ones. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm just going to get the right crochet hook and go around each of the loops around the middle with single crochets. So I'll just go around and pull up all the loops. So like a front post just for this, because the rest we're just going to single crochet around. So there should be 11. And then the last one. And then I'm just going to single crochet right back into that first stitch. And then we're going to continue let me see something. So yes, I would flip your work if you want the V stitch to be on the outside. So as I got here, I'm just going to flip it around, and then we're going to work counterclockwise into each stitch so that the stitches will appear on the outside. And then I'm going to do this for probably about 5 rounds. So I'll meet you at the end of the 5th round. Here's the top of the pumpkin, and this is what it looks like from the side all around. And then turn on our light. It's so cute. And then, hold on, let me turn off all the lights. And this is what it looks like when it's nighttime. Completely dark. And then, oh my goodness, it turns out so cute. I love how it glows. And put this over on my shelf to glow at night. Or you can even fill it with candy, anything that you would like. I'll turn the lights back on. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed making this pumpkin holder or tea light holder with me today. And until next time, eat, sleep, pray, and crochet. Thank you so much for watching. I was going to say that, look, you don't even have to make this a pumpkin. You could make this any color you would like. You don't have to put the lid on. It kind of looks like It could be like a tulip. In the springtime, you could do different colors if you like, but it turns out as a cute little holder, and then it glows at night. So any color that you would like, it doesn't have to be a pumpkin. I just chose to make it a pumpkin for the fall time, but it turns out super cute. So I just wanted to share that also.